Hey Pee Wee homies, J-War here with another video. So I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing lately in the game. I've been doing some super juice stuff on Defiled Cathedral with my Magic Find Berserker, right? So I have this pretty unique character I put together. It's nothing crazy, it's really just, well, we'll go over the gear later. But I want to talk to you guys about the farm I've been doing and show you really just a highlight reel of the session I had last night, which was actually crazy. And we were doing like a Magic Find Loot Goblin session with like, yeah, some other things added. We'll go over the strategy more in depth later, but I just want to show you guys the highlights and a little disclaimer. I do not really like this style of gameplay, the whole loot goblin hunting, the whole like you have to have 500 rarity and a whole bunch of quant on your character for it to be viable in Magic Find juiced content or just juiced content, and I think it's a little silly. But that being said, I've kind of tried it out because, you know, as somebody that makes content for the game, I have to kind of do the things that are relevant that people that are playing the game are into. So that being said, it was fun, and I do like it. I don't really support it though as like a mainstay way of farming in the game. So I just wanted to make a point of that before we got into the video. But it was really fun, and we got a lot of pog drops, and it was really cool. And I just want to show you guys the highlights of it. I think I just got the Headhunter buff that makes me teleport. Oh, we got an Enlightened card. First good div card, pog. Second map, first pretty good div card drop. There's a Soul Eater in here. Whoa! Oh, we got a Shikari touched here. I think Shikari touched is, Could you get out of that little corner? 6 Divines, Pog, yeah. And another Divine. Okay. Bro. 3 Divines. Alright. Oh, there it is, guys. There's the good one, man. 14 Divines? Finally, man. So this is going pretty well. We got 1 Divine, or I think it's just a random raw Divine. I wonder what the, play a lot of games? Yeah, I don't. Oh shit, we got a duplicated Divine Orb drop. Oh, dude. Block, and you don't block the hit from the boss, well, there's a 25% chance you die. It's like... Spell suppression is good. There's a 7% bad luck, finally. I feel like every witch build, damn, we'll get another Divine Orb this map. We get a lot of like raw Divines, it's kinda crazy. The shit talk is just too much and overpowers the good joke he makes. Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh, Shikari touched. Oh, 5 Divines. Pog. It's kinda like... I used to have like a WoW guild like back in, oh, we got another lightning card pop. Previous times I've done this farm, I was not getting as many vines, and it was not that much fun. Oh shit. I'm gonna make sure we like don't fuck, wait a second. Oh, we activated 2 at the same time. It's unfortunate. Oh, oh shit. 20 Divine Orbs? Okay. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Teen earlier too. This run has been insane though. We've been getting insane drops. I need to turn the loot filter off so I can see what the fuck's going on here. Oh, we just got something else here. Another 7 years bad luck. Fog, dude. There was a good chance for that to get duplicated too. I passed this thing. It was like right here, right? Or was it? It's right here. 4 Divines. Get another Enlightened card. Especially if it gets possessed, right? Can't be that bad. Oh shit, dude! Oh my god, guys, we're so fucking lucky. What's giving you permanent endurance charges on? Oh my god, guys, this is insane. We just got another one. Was that one? That was 5 Divines, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, we got a fucking Doriani's. Holy shit, dude. What is my RNG tonight? Ooh, I wanted to sneak by that right there. Oh, Solaris touched. 8 Divines. Jesus, guys, we're just pogging out so hard tonight. We've gotten like 100 fucking Divines. from this farming session. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. It's been insane. 21 divine drop today. Oh, we got a Shikari touch too. Yeah, look at that, dude. Just got 13 right there. Alright guys, so let me show you the character that I've been using to do these farms real quick. It's basically just a typical MF character. Really the only thing special that it has is it has, you know, a headhunter obviously, which is basically mandatory for this level of juice. And then really I'm just getting all my damage from Kobe's 11 leg claw. Or I don't know if it's Kobe's, I think it's one of his friends or something. But anyway, I just want to give credit where it's due for whoever crafted it. But we all know that Kobe has this claw, right? And you can mirror it from Kobe. I think he's still putting up mirror services for it. I actually just bought a copy of it, so I didn't have to pay the mirror service, which is kind of nice. But yeah, really nice claw from Kobe there, and I use a Squire. And this allows me to get a lot of links and a ton of damage from just the weapon and the shield. And then I can basically dedicate all the rest of my gear to defense and not have to invest too heavily in offense. Basically, this weapon and the shield just carries my offense and allows me to do whatever else I want to do with the tree and my auras, because I'll have enough damage to do basically all the content in mapping, in juiced mapping, right? It's not going to be good at bosses, but it can do juiced mapping once the headhunter buffs get rolling. Absolutely fine. It's got about 8 million damage with buffs up before we get headhunter buffs, right? So, and by buffs, I mean like, you know, blitz charges, rage, and berserk, and all that stuff up with berserker, right? So, interesting build here. We are lightning strike, and the other thing to note about this build is, you know, we just got some really nicely rolled MF gear, basically. Nothing too crazy. The boots are actually really cheap. It's just basically some 20 quant golden worms with an enchant. I could probably get some corrupted better ones if I really wanted, but this is working fine. We have some really nicely rolled Venter's Gambles. These are about 25 divines each. If you did want to try to make this build, obviously the claw is going to be the most expensive thing, and then probably the next is obviously going to be the Headhunter, and then the Venter's Gambles, having once rolled this nicely, is pretty hard to get. And with this setup, you kind of need a whole lot of resist on your Venter's Gambles if you want to try to do this. But this isn't really build guide or anything. Then kind of the one cool thing I did with the build is, because we're using Ascetic, you have to use a blue item, which is the helmet, a rarity helmet. A lot of people do this with the helmet because you can get a synthesized helmet with rarity. Then you can put a prefix rarity, and then you can craft a suffix, or vice versa. I forget exactly how it's set up, but and then you have to use a normal item. And because we're like lightning strike, we can take advantage of using normal gloves with 2 pierce, 2 strike, and on the implicit with Eater Worlds and Searing Exarch mods. So that's kind of like the one cool thing I did with the build. Other than that, it's really just pretty standard. It's just this claw and a Squire to carry the damage and a whole bunch of MF gear on it, right? And I'm not going to go too in-depth on the build, but we have like a Rarity Flask and a Divination Distill with a Purity of, or a Petrified Blood setup. We also do use Purity of Elements, but a Petrified Blood setup so that we can keep up our Divination Distillate Flask so that we get that extra 12 quant and 28. We have 28, you can get up to 30 rarity on that flask, in addition to a gold flask with 60 rarity on it. So, really nice there. And we have about, let me see, this setup, when we have everything going, flask up and everything, let me use Blood Rage here. So we're going to have about, let's see, 483 rarity and 80 quant, and that's not including the rarity we're going to get from the helmet, which is going to take us up over 500 against rare or unique enemies. So we're up or over 500 rarity and 80 quant with this setup, which is quite a lot to get on a character, and we're able to do 80% delirious maps with this character, which I guess that's what I'll talk about next. And this is my maps and how I run my maps. I think I have some set up already here. Yeah, I've been running 2 Abyss, Elevated Sextant, Additional Legion, Beyond, and Delirium Bars Fill Faster. It's very similar to Kobe's setup that he's been pushing this league, and I've been trying, basically went off of his and did not really much different at all, and just been doing basically that setup, and it's been working really good. So, you know, thanks to him for figuring out a really nice farming strategy, and I'm basically just doing the same thing he was doing there with the strategy. And we use Divination Winged Scarabs, Winged Abyss, Winged Reliquary, and Polished Legion. Like, we use Polished because we don't really care about the generals, and Polished is just cheaper than Gilded, and obviously you don't really need winged Legion either. And then we just roll our maps to get rare monsters on them, and then we exalt them till they're up to 6 mods, and as long as it doesn't have anything that bricks our build, like their build can't run Reflects, it can run Fizz, but we take some damage from the Reflect, and it kind of gets a little crazy, so I try just not to run Fizz, and we can't run LE Reflect either, because we can't have an LE Weakness Claw, or Awakened Claw with LE Weakness, with Wed on it, basically. And also, we'd probably kill ourselves with a Whirling Blaze anyway, so we wouldn't be able to run it either way. But, yeah, 80% Delirious maps, which is really high for an MF build to be able to run. I think, you know, there's a few builds that can do 80 to 100%. Most builds are doing like 20 to 60, but this build is able to do 80% pretty comfortably. I do get in danger of bricking maps every now and then. It's not like I get in the maps and I'm invulnerable, unkillable kind of build, but, you know, we have a lot of defenses. We're able to run Determination Aura and Purity of Elements along with Petrified Blood, and we have something like, you know, with flasks up, I think we have, yeah, we have like 30k armor. Maybe more than that. I don't know if the flasks are actually counted as being up there. Yeah, I think when the Basalt flask is up, we have well over 30k armor. We have up around probably 40k or something like that, and we have pretty good defenses otherwise. We're almost crit immune. We get endurance charges because we have this corruption on our chest piece, reduced extra damage from critical strikes. And I'm kind of going back into the build now, but it's important to note these things if you want to try to emulate this build and do this strategy. And then what was the other thing I have? Oh yeah, we have reduced damage from crits over here as well. So we have only taking 20% extra damage from crits, which is really big because it would make it a lot harder if we didn't have those two things on this build. And yeah, that's basically the build. And we also take stun immunity here because the stun immunity from Berserker can be kind of unreliable sometimes because you're not always above 25 rage, and when you're below 25 rage is actually when you really want the stun immunity. So it's important to have the stun immunity here as well because you're basically always surrounded by monsters and always taking hits in these super juice maps. So that is the setup, and I guess the last thing we'll go over here would be the Atlas passive tree, and we are just running, hold on one second, let me take off X mouse so I can scroll up and down to zoom in and out here. We are just running a Wandering Path setup with increased effect of small passive skills, which really we just use for the quant rings. Here, the inner and outer big quant rings, which is a double quant and double rarity on those, double quant on these, and then the increased effect, which had quite a lot of quant and rarity. Really, the only thing to note here is you basically want to copy everything except for these beast nodes, depending on whether running Alva or beasts or not. I think Einhar is the better master mission run. And by the way, just to make a note of it, we run Abyss on the map device with Searing, we run Abyss on the map device with Eater of Worlds influence. And then I'm basically almost out of Einhar missions. I think Einhar missions are better than Alva right now, so I run Beast, and you put a lot of red beasts in your map with these nodes over here. Duplicate additional red beasts. You can actually probably make a lot of money. My menagerie has just been filling up, and I've been deleting beasts nonstop because I'm too lazy to go like make copies of the beasts and sell them. But you could do that, and it's going to make you even more money from these maps. And I had some beasts left over, or some master missions for Einhar left over, so I was taking these nodes. But if you're out of Einhar master missions, I would switch over to Alva. Alva's okay, it's not great right now. And then you would just take these nodes instead of the beast nodes. So you take all, what is it, 6 points out here, and maybe you kind of want to leave these in, actually, so you get more Einhar missions while you're doing maps, so you can get back to doing Einhar. But you can take out this red beast, have a chance to appear in pairs out, right? So you're taking, what, 8 points out there, and you can put some points in here for quant and pack size inside your incursion. This is just pack size right here. You can take these 3 points, and then I usually come over here and spend 3 or 4 points here to get increased quant and incursions. So that's basically the whole setup there, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. I think I covered everything. But yeah, that's the farm I've been doing. Just going to show you guys some of the highlights. It works really well for loot goblin farming. I will say I think the best strategy or the best league mechanic to farm loot goblins is probably Legion, but personally I just can't miss out on the opportunity to go on a map that's better for Legion, like Dunes or something, and miss out on the chance to get an apothecary card when I'm doing this amount of juice, because I have a very high chance of getting apothecary cards, and usually once every 50 maps or so I'll find one. So once every 2 sessions, I'll find that 60 divination card, or 60 divine orb card, and makes it quite a big increase to my profits. So I would rather do that over running like just a better layout map with more legion, with better legion spawns, personally. But yeah, if you wanted just better legion spawns, because I do think legion has the best chance to spawn god touch monsters, and then probably abyss in a close second. Or maybe not even a close second. Legion just seems above and beyond like better than anything else to spawn the God Touch, but Abyss is quite good as well. So yeah, I would do that. You can kind of change up the layout. Jungle Valley is really good because you get the altars for free without having to interact with the boss. A lot of people like doing that kind of farming method. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in the video, and I hope you guys like this one. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll leave an Atlas passive tree in the comments or in the description so you guys take a look at that. And yeah, thanks for watching.